am so excited to introduce you to our next Lieutenant Governor, Diane Rivera. And we are here to listen on healthcare. And Diane will have a chance to talk in a few moments, and she'll talk about her experience. But as you know, one of the biggest frustrations that Coloradans have are healthcare costs and lack of access. It's a detriment to small businesses, to people who want to be self-employed. I saw that firsthand as somebody who started a small business. It's always, you ask any small business, it's concern number 1, 2, or 3. How can we reduce costs? It's a concern for people that are between jobs. It's a concern for people that retire a few years before Medicare kicks in. It's a concern for people in rural areas who worry about access, even if they have the insurance piece. I have felt for years, and we all know this, that Coloradans and Americans are simply getting ripped off. When it comes to something like prescription drugs, Coloradans and Americans were paying 5 times as much for the same exact prescription drug available in Canada or Germany at a fraction of the price, made at the same facility, does the same thing. And we know that we can do better. We want to save you money, and we want to use those savings to expand access to health care until we achieve our goal of universal health care in the state of Colorado. So I'm excited to have a running mate that not only has deep experience, both personally and professionally in healthcare, but will be a very good governing partner to head up our efforts to save you money and really put patients first in our healthcare system. So I'm excited to introduce our next Lieutenant Governor, Diane Rivera.
So Jared just told me to use my outside voice, so I'll try to do my best. I was a cheerleader once upon a time, but that was, I can't tell you how many decades ago. So anyway, thank you all for coming out today. It's really nice to see such a big crowd. Jared wanted me to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a Colorado native. I've been a single mom for 30 years. I raised, best thing I've ever done with my life was raise my 2 daughters. One's a nurse and one's an attorney, and I was lucky enough to become a grandma a year ago, so I'm really excited about that. And of course, she's the cutest, sweetest, smartest baby that's ever born, but anyway. I've spent most of my life, I'm a counselor by education, so when Jared suggested a listening tour, that's really what I do best, I listen. I've spent most of my life in my career helping people with disabilities to become fully engaged in society. When I was 38, I was diagnosed with cancer. I was told I wouldn't live 5 years, and I turned over every rock to figure out the why me. That same year, I lost my job, I lost my health insurance, and I couldn't figure out if I was ever going to be able to be hired again with a terminal illness. I was able to be hired again with the state and went back to work, and thank God I got health insurance. Eventually, my life led me to the Capitol, and it was at the Capitol when I was asked to sponsor some health care legislation on cancer that I realized that that was the why me, that I could take the painful journey that I've been through, that I could use that and turn it into good public policy to help other people survive the illness like I did. So that's been my journey, and I'm just so happy to be here. I'm just really honored that Jared has picked me as his running mate, and I'll work as hard as I possibly can on health issues.
So thank you, and I know we have, invited everybody here, and we want to listen about Delta County and Delta area health concerns. I think we have a few folks that have a professional involvement in healthcare too. Jason Kleckler, Jeremy Carroll, and Kirby Cook, are they here?
Jason couldn't make it. I'm in his stead, the director of pharmacy at the hospital.
Great, and who else I saw somebody else from healthcare back there. Good, a couple people. So why don't we just start with the several people, and then you know what? We all have a place at this table, because you know what? We are all patients, or our loved ones are patients. We all deal with insurance, and we want to hear from everybody about your frustrations in healthcare, what saving money would do for you, what lack of access means for your family, for yourselves. Healthcare is about, of course, economics. It's about making Colorado competitive for small businesses. It's about people being able to switch jobs But it's also a lot more personal than that. It's about our life. It's life and death. It could be your mother or father. It could be your son or daughter. And it could be you. In fact, when we're talking about something like healthcare, it will be us at some point, and it is us. So it's a very personal topic beyond just the costs and the dollars and cents. And we want to make sure that we hear about it from all of those perspectives. So let's start with a couple of our healthcare folks, and then I want to go to our patients and those who have navigated the system to hear about both your concerns here in Delta and also, statewide. So, go ahead.
Hey, sir. I'm Jeremy Carroll, the CEO of River Valley County Health Center. We are a federally qualified health center in Colorado. We've got 3 locations. Our newest one is here in Delta. So we're fairly new to the Delta community. We're actually in the Center for Mental Health building. We offer a broad range, including access to mental health and substance abuse services, as well as dental care, full scope, all the way to dentures. One of the things that our patients struggle with is really access to that specialty care. That's not just in Delta County, Montrose County.
What are some of the specialties that are lacking here?
Cardiology, ortho, dermatology is definitely a big one that we struggle with. So we send a lot of our patients to Grand Junction, and we send even more of our patients to Denver.
Okay.
Our focus is on Medicaid, Medicare, and the uninsured. Over 30% of our patients have no insurance. They can be seen with us for $15 and they can get everything taken care of.
Right.
We're not surgeons. We can't perform those things. And a lot of those folks have issues with transportation, being able to get somewhere. So sending them over to Denver is not the ideal thing to send a patient who can't afford transportation, can't afford a hotel, to go see a specialist in Denver. So that's one of our big struggles that we fight with. There's a lot of specialists in town that we do partner with, and they will take a few of our uninsured patients, but we've got 2,000 uninsured patients. And all of those have some kind of, health issues. I mean, that's why we're here, to help with. So that's one of the struggles our patients have.
Thank you. Who else was from the healthcare side? Yes, go ahead.
So, if we look at, I'm the director of pharmacy, so I struggle with drug costs every day. We spend upwards of $1 million a month on drug costs. If we look at the oncology...
And by the way, they're not the ones making the money, just so you know. I mean, they have their normal, markups. That's not why Americans pay too much.
Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah.
We focus on quality, and we've done some great things at this hospital, but we struggle.
Yeah.
And if we have 0.5% return on investment at the end of the year, that's a good year. We're down underwater now, but we're tightening our belt and trying to make some fixes on that. But the cost of drugs is what we can't fix. And so I would just mention if it's...
Oh, can you speak a little louder so they can hear you back there?
Louder than that. If you, my outdoor voice, if you look at the cost of treatment of something like a very debilitating gout, the cost of that drug for us is between $20,000 and $25,000, and that's treatment is every 2 weeks. So that's a huge hit, and it's something we have to carry in stock and make available. Another drug, Keytruda, is over $5,000 per dose. If you look at a drug like Remicade, which is used for rheumatoid arthritis, we pay over $1,100 per vial for that drug, and some patients take 10 vials. So that's $11,000 in treatment. So when you see a big healthcare bill coming from our infusion center, it has a lot to do with the cost of drugs. Now, I'll just mention one program, which is a federally sponsored program called 340B.
Yes.
And if you hear 340B, there are some negative things about it. Now, if you see articles regarding the controversial 340B program, dig into it. Every article I see that starts that way or has any disparaging comments about 340B is brought to you by the pharmaceutical industry. And they spend millions of dollars lobbying in Washington. And I can say that 340B, which we have just yesterday requalified for will help reduce our cost of medication. So that allows us to provide more care to more eligible patients throughout the county. And that's important. If you